And welcome back to another Brutus Monroe Design Team layout. And today we have got a very fun video. So I'm looking for some colors that are going to match my background. So that's just a mixed media background. I just took different chroma glazes and velveteen glazes and all kinds of fun stuff and just swiped it on. This is a pre-made background that I've made before. And I like to come in and try to get things made and used up. So we're going to pull in a rainbow here of chroma mist. I need a yellow. Do. I think we're going to do. Use that again. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add some splattering and stuff on here. And I'm going to use these to do the splattering on their corresponding color strip. And because I don't have a yellow of the glow, I'm going to use the neon glow chroma glaze. I'm going to water it down and splatter it. But before we get that done, we're going to take this metallic chroma glaze in opal and this fabulous jungle camo stencil, and we are going to do that all over the background. So this is a layering stencil, right? And it's just going to layer. So you got this one, and then this one layers up right on top of it. You see how it will fit. And this one as well. So we're going to come in with 3 different chroma glazes in some fun metallic colors. So we've got the opal and we have the pearl. And then what else do we have? Where my black is. Oh, you know what? Let's go silver. And silver. So we're going to layer those 3 on top of each other. So it's definitely going to be a process just to get it all over. And I'm going to do it. I'm not going to fill the entire square. So kind of my goal there is just to make a fun mixed media background by starting with this one, and we're just going to kind of pop, just kind of swipe it there, and then we'll just move it, and we'll swipe it, and we'll cover the entire thing. So maybe I should just stop talking about it and start doing it. So let's go with the metallic chroma glaze first in opal. We're going to get this little smattering, and we're just going to come in. We're just going to go over it. You guys know I love my messy mixed media. I'm going to do it kind of like that. We're going to come here. Kind of come in and cover all of this. Sorry, my husband's speaking. That's okay. We'll do that. Then we're going to flip it. I'm going to keep the stencil going the same way. Kind of fill in these areas. But not like real filling it in, right? So we're just going to kind of looking for that messy mixed media vibe. Got that one. Flip that again. And it'll start to fill out. You guys will see. Then up here. like that. And then we're just going to keep coming on top of it after this layer dries. I'll apply another layer, and we'll just keep going and going and going. So I won't make you watch me do all the different layers, but I just think this is really cool, really fun looking. So we'll be back when this is all dry. to the channel, and welcome to another Brutus Monroe Design Team layout. Today we're going to do these two photos of Maggie when she was a puppy with my little sister. We're going to use some Chroma Glaze in green and some Chroma Mist in Noble Fur. And we're going to play with the Safari stamp set. I'm actually going to stamp and fussy cut out the 3 elephants. Ooh. And the 2 zebras, and then we're going to go with, like, I think I'm going to huge hugs because she's giving her a hug, so I'm going to stamp that. But I'm just going to stamp them. I'm going to get some gray cardstock and just stamp the 3 elephants on there, and then white cardstock. I'm going to use the Brutus Monroe ink, so I won't have to do any kind of coloring or anything. I'm going to do this on the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Cottage Fields. And we're just going to go with a very simple peachy pink background. So I feel like the elements will look, or words hard. The greens will pop off this beautifully because they're very tealish. So let's trim that branding strip off. I want, if I can find them. Might be a little bit more difficult. I don't always remember what I do with my stuff. I'm gonna do the fun packaging technique with the Chroma Glaze. So we got our packaging, and we're just gonna scoop it out and put it on there. So I just kind of want it, because we're going to put our photos kind of like this, and I'm going to leave them at that. So I want it to peek out here and here. So what we need to do is just hit the tripod, right? Alright, so I'm just going to kind of set that one straight, and our huge hug is going to go there. Pop this open. We're just going to get out a nice amount. I'm just going to get it down on here, turn it around, and we are just going to use it to just start creating a very fun pattern. Even though I'm pushing it down, when I pull it up, you're going to get that really fun textured look here. So we got that right there. We just need to get a little bit more down. Get that stuck there. And this one needs to go here. Just kind of moving my finger to just kind of push it around. And then when we pull it up, we get the fun effect. That going over there. Let's get some more of this little like shadowing. Then, look how cool that is. I'm just going to take some of the Noble Fur, and we're just going to splatter it down right on top of our mixed media areas. doing a generous amount too because I want, and where it's sitting on top of the chroma glaze and then soaking right into the paper, it will end up being several different tones because some's going to soak into the paper and some's going to stay on top of the glaze as a barrier per se. I'm just splattering generously. Down here. There and there. Drops in that area. So we are going to let this dry, and then we'll come back and assemble the layout. Hello, love. Excuse me, my voice cracked there. So today, I have been binge watching the lovely Moira's channel, and she has been doing all kinds of reorgs, and she really inspired me to want to tackle this mess right here. I may do more, but I did recently purchase some flexible magnet sheets that I can just cut with my scissors for all of these, and I am going... Like I just have them, I used to have them in a binder, hence the holes. I am not going to throw this stuff away because it's still very usable. But I have so much in here that is just not organized. So what I thought I would do is kind of all the ones that are like loose like this. I'm going to get everything put into these containers on like magnet sheets not stuck on there, which yeah, it could be because it's adhesive, but I just don't do that because I want to pull the magnet out. I'm going to kind of make sure I have all of these created. I'm going to do that off screen by cutting the sheet and everything, and I'm going to categorize these. Like this right here. I was trying to organize these years ago, and I'm a stickler for this right here, and my friend was like, this is all you got to do, and she wrote on it, and I almost had a panic attack because I had all Stampin' Up! Things. So I had all these kind of cases, and this really bothers me even to this day. Her writing on this, and I have tried everything to take it off. Her writing on this just was, oh, it just killed me. I have all the Bruce Monroe ones that I am actually going to take and put, like they're loose in there. So I'm going to stick some magnets in there and get those kind of more organized. Things like this, obviously they're not going to fit in my containers, so I have to make a decision on, you know, do I cut this sheet down, or do I just leave this in here and deal with it? But I don't really like it in here because this is eventually going to get tore up. You know, this is just close to my heart packaging, so I'm thinking I will probably cut this in half because you don't need a full magnet sheet. You just need it to be able to stick to the magnet. So if I cut it in half, I can utilize that. I've got a whole like bag here of dies, you know, just things that, you know, are stuck here with washi tape, and I just not filling it. You know, these guys, again, they're just in the designer dies packaging. Never even used, and that's just because it's so much of a pain. Like, I like to flip, but at the same time, like, it's not organized. So I'm like, what am I really looking for? Type stuff. So I think we're going to do just an overhaul, and I may even, I mean, I have tons of these sleeves. I may get rid of the ones with the holes. I may try to do something new. I do have bigger dies, as you can see, that necessarily aren't going to fit in any of those packs. They don't even fit in here, but I think if I can pare it down, I don't know on these. Like this one, I can definitely pare this down, and I can just cut the skew and everything off so that Bruce Monroe. This is one of my favorite dies. I've got this big guy right here. There's just Stampin' Up, and I think there's even, yeah, the stamps are actually even in here. So that's weird that I don't know if you can see that the stamps are in there. But I'm also going to do my stamps at some point too. Like this one is just folded. So yeah, as you can see, we got a hot mess going on here. This one's just really super thick. I don't even know. Because there's two sets of dies in there. And the magnets are they just strapped together. So definitely gonna have to do that. I'm gonna look through everything off screen and then come through and like as I created mine, I'm just gonna take some Stampin' Up, a really old Stampin' Up paper. This is rose red. It was honestly, you guys, it was my least favorite color ever. I still have a full unused pack of 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to create my, you know what I'm looking for, my dividers with this. So that's going to be kind of crazy because it's going to create a lot of scraps. But I'm okay with that because I don't use 8.5 by 11 paper anymore, like at all, like except for when I'm doing reorganization projects and stuff. And I'm just going to make, and somewhere in this monstrosity of dies I actually have, but right here. Those aren't going to be long enough, so I probably won't even use those. Those are more for like planners. I do have a tab punch that I'm going to come back and create punches out of so that I can, you know, flip through because it sticks up quite a bit here. So I'm going to work on that throughout the day. But I just kind of wanted to do the intro, so I'm going to sort everything. And if I took you along with me, that would be a really long video. So I figured I would show you the mess before, and then some of the organization, and then ta-da, it's done. So don't forget to leave. No, don't leave. I was going to end the video, but why am I ending the video? I'll be coming back. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. So for you, it'll be like that, and I'll be back. But for me, it's going to be hours upon hours, because I have to decide, do I like this? You know, do I like the holes? Can I live with the holes? And I know some of you are thinking, Becky, but you guys remember, I do have a little bit of OCD and stuff like that. So, I don't know. We're going to see. I probably can live with the holes, and I shouldn't be silly, but I don't like that color in there anymore, so I'm probably going to switch it all to the pink, and if I run out of the pink, we'll switch to another color, because I have a ton of the 8.5 by 11 cardstock sitting back there from Stampin' Up that are colors that they probably don't even offer anymore. So anyway, I'm going to start on this. I have to decide if I want to leave the stamps in here, because I'll be honest with you, on this one, more likely to reach, and I think that's how I'm going to have to organize. Like, I'll be more likely to use the stamps and dies if the leaf dies are in here rather than in the stamps, because I hardly ever go for my stamps. Like, ever. Like, unless I'm doing mixed media and I have a bin of just a few that I use. All those other ones, but I might even purge some things. Not gonna lie. So, stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to A Christmas in April. This is a series that's put together by my sweet and lovely friend Moira, and it is all about doing a Christmas project once a month. I am seriously behind on my Christmas, so I'm gonna need to start doing some more. So I have this hodgepodge of collections here that was just the leftovers of all my other collections that I've used throughout the years. I'm going to focus on using this up. I have a cut apart from Confessions of a Paper Addict and some Michael's cardstock. I'm going to do these two photos of Sam, and we're going to have, you know, I don't know, I'm going to figure out somehow how to roll the photos in like so-ish. Maybe we'll tuck that one in and kind of set this one, I don't know, something like that on cardstock. I'm going to use a red cardstock background, green to matte my photo, because there's not a lot of actual pattern papers in here, I think. To be honest, there's the one, just one. So we're really going to focus on the embellishments from this cluster. We've got some Illustrated Faith red and green crosses. I have the hip kit, some puffies, some Hip Kit dies, Rosie Studios dies, Cocoa Vanilla Studio sticker sheet, Hip Kit journaling bits, Fa La 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 and Tree from Vicki Boutin's Marion Bright collection, I believe that's what it's called. Some more of the Cocoa Vanilla Studio paper. We have some scraps of paper, warm wishes is what it was called, stencils. Just a few more of the whatever puffy stickers, some snowflake sequins. This is all just random Cocoa Vanilla Studio and Cocoa Daisy strip washi. More Cocoa Vanilla Studios choice. And more strips. So I want to use this. This is the goal, to start paring this down because obviously this one piece of pattern paper in there. Okay, so that's trash. Why I even saved that? That's beyond me. So yeah, this is going to be the goal. Pare this down. I think we're going to go with just maybe, I don't know. We're going to dig into this and see what's in there. So first I'm going to go ahead and back my cut file. I'm going to go ahead and put all of this away. I think I'm going to use all these scraps. See if I can get my photos matted in the scraps. If not, I am just going to toss them because as you can see, there's just scraps and scraps and scraps of paper. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to take two of those. I'm going to put those in there as well. Probably going to use these two big hunks to mat my photos. So this bag will mat our photos in this. We need to pick out a green. And we're going to put this in here because I bought this cardstock just for Christmasing, and then that was before it was all, I was trying to be like cost savings, and it didn't quite work out. So we're going to go with the dark red, and then we're going to put all these back in here because I'm OCD and I can't leave things sitting on my desk. Alright, so this is going to be our background. The green is what we're going to mat, and then I'm going to dig in this and find some stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of this up here taken care of. And so today I want to use these 4 puffy stickers, like that's a must. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stickers on that I want to use up. Whatever I can use from this collection, like the milk and cookies for Santa and stuff like that, I'll just figure out what I can use, but try to use up some of those. What else do we have? Use a couple of those. So I'm just like grabbing little things now, just trying to figure out what I can and cannot use. Alright, so that's going to be my focus today. I don't even know what's in here. That's stupid. Ignore. There's so much stuff everywhere. Alright, so I've got my focuses. This is still a lot, but I have a lot of it's going to be okay. Just pop in some of those. We're going to leave with these 2 things. alone. I'm not going to need a stencil. Alright, let me go ahead and get these photos trimmed, this backed, and a layout in process, and see if we can get rid of some of this stuff. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so we've got a lot of this stuff on here. I've been just squirting some glue in a couple areas just to ensure that some of this stuff sticks. I was able to get 3 of these wood veneer pieces on there. There's only 2 left, which is kind of exciting for me. Well, I finished that entire sheet of the Cocoa Vanilla Studios, all those little word bits. So I've got this guy right here, which I need to pop. We're going to go ahead and stick one of these little buttons right here just to go ahead and cover the tag hole. Used up all those, well, let's just go for broke on this one and use that whole thing as well. Tuck that in. A little bow. That way, that is used up as well. There's really no sense in saving things, and it's like in my mindset to like, use it on the next layer. No! We'll use something else on the next layer. I used 3 green ones of those stars. I used all of the 4 word bits from Vicki Boutin. Like I said, got a few more of those used up. Did use a few of these words. 1 bow. One of these things. So, still really excited about the progress. Even though it doesn't look like I used a lot. I feel like I did. And I'm sorry, you guys, I do apologize. I just kind of got carried away. Back to the cut file and just started sticking stuff down. And here's one of those clear stickers here. So that's the one I use there. This is the Vicki Boutin Puffy, 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 and Puffy. This little cluster down here, other than these 2 things and that, are all from that Cocoa Vanilla Studio, along with this. This is from Vicki Boutin. This is from that Puffy Freeze sheet. My 3 wood veneers, another wooden button here. You just see me put that down. There's the bow, our 3 little X's, and that's it. So other than what I matted the photo in, no pattern paper used, which is going to be exciting because that's pretty much how we're going to have this done until I can get this stuff finished off. I have a lot of Christmas collections that I need to get through, and I have to finish off 2021 and start 2022, so I'm really behind. So next month in May, I will be doing more Christmas more often than just once a month, just so that I can get caught up and use up some of those supplies because I have several bins of Christmas supplies that I need to use. So that being said, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to go check everyone else out that's playing along today. I will have them all linked down below. See what they chose to do for their Christmas hop. This is really fun hop for me, and I have been focusing on trying to use up some of my cut files because, well, you'll find out. I don't know if it will have been announced by the time this goes live, so I'm just going to let it go and just using up my tools and supplies, and I'm focusing on stamping and cut files this weekend that I'm doing things. It is the 16th of April. So I'm over a week ahead, right? So that's kind of cool. All right, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you later with another video. Don't forget to do all the fun YouTube things, like, subscribe, join memberships, join channels, check out Facebook pages, and most importantly, leave us comments. We'd like to hear from you. And I'll see you later. Bye.